Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Digital to Dice podcast. I am Dave.
I'm Ron.
And Ron, we got the big Black Friday wrap-up show.
Shop till we drop.
I feel like it's a Sunday night football wrap-up show. Let's go over all the scores of today's game, shall we? So it's episode 114 for those of you scoring at home.
If your temperature is that high, you should be in the hospital.
Yeah, or at least having a cold beer or something like that.
Or, yes.
So, ways to get a hold of us. Digitaltodice.com is the website. 978-75-DICE, 978-751-3423 if you want to send us a text. Digitaltodice at yahoo.com is the email. And over on Facebook, facebook.com/groups/digital2dice. So anyway, so we're going to talk about some of the things that we got, some of the things we didn't get, and then obviously we want your comments as well, whether it's here on Spreaker, on YouTube, or on Facebook. Like I said, comment on some of the stuff you got. What did you take advantage of in the whole bit?
And I want to say before we get going, not everyone participated in those sales, and someone got on a company for not having a sale on one of the boards, whether it was ours or Dave Little's or that. And it really is, a reminder that especially for printed products, the margins in this stuff is pretty small anyway. Mm-hmm. And so if a company chooses not to discount things over Black Friday or Cyber Monday or whatever, don't give that company a hard time in public for not doing that.
No, you don't have to do that. I will say, though, that I think that, even though the margins are small, I think the once a year thing, the Black Friday thing, whereas everyone's doing it, that even if you just went 10%,
yeah, no, I get it.
It's more of a show of good faith than anything else. And that we talked about it before. We did a show on do sales help sell games?
Yes,
and I believe they do. And
I do too.
And for me, I didn't buy, except for a mistake I made in my shopping cart. I don't think I bought anything that wasn't on some kind of a sale. And the bigger the sale, the more I bought.
Right.
I had a pretty big day on Black Friday and Cyber Monday because of the discounts.
But on the other hand, some of these operations are pretty much one or two people.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Things, and they're doing real life jobs as well. And so if they have to take care of someone else, and that they may not want the extra business at this.
Oh, and that's fine. Yeah, everybody can do what they want to do, what they feel comfortable with, what they can handle.
Anyway, I was bothered to see that someone would give some company guff about that.
You don't need to do that. There's a couple places I was waiting. Hey, they're going to have a sale. They're going to have a sale. And I didn't see anything, so I just didn't go there. And I stayed with the sales stuff because that's what you do. And again, publicly shaming somebody's not I don't like that. But just, I think if they had done something, any kind of incentive at all, just to say, hey, it's Black Friday. We're a small company. We don't make a lot, but we wanted to, get something out there for you guys. So, but again, everybody does it different. Some people don't want to do sales. Some people never have sales and they do quite well. And that's fine. I just think though, where so many places and different people were having sales on Black Friday that you were kind of left out if you didn't have one. That's all.
Well, I appreciate everyone having a sale for my 50th birthday.
Yes, yeah, that's right. You had your big birthday there. Did you have clam chowder or something like that?
No, did takeout at the 99. I don't know if the 99 is national or not. It's a semi-chain steak adult. It's
a family restaurant. It's kind of like burgers, maybe some steaks. It's not.
There was burger, steaks, chops. My wife got macaroni, a short rib macaroni and cheese, which is basically pot roast on top of macaroni and cheese. And
nice.
I had a bite of and that was good. And I had a steak, fries, and corn. So that's how I rang in my 50s.
They got a good French onion soup there. I like that. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So definitely it's a place that we would both agree that we would get from again. So,
yeah. No, the 99, we have them down here. They're very good. They're old reliable. That's what
casual dining, I think, is the proper term for it.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Chili's or an Applebee's or something like that. You know?
Something similar. So that's so thanks for all these places to have sales on my birthday.
Very nice.
I appreciate it.
All right, so what do you want to do first? You want to talk about what we got first or what we played first?
Let's talk about what we got, because I think that kind of goes into what we played.
All right, here we go.
Some things.
Hang on. All right. So,
Dave's Discover card has ran away from home. It was used so much.
oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. I think if you caught any of the videos I did, I did a quick shorts video on YouTube. I wanted to try out the shorts video. They're like 30 seconds to a minute or something like that.
I got that email and I went, okay.
So I tried it out just for fun. I was working most of Black Friday. I don't know, it was Friday or Monday, whatever day it was. And I think it was Black Friday. And I was like, okay, I had to get some work done. So I'm done work now. And I'm going to sit here. Now I'm going shopping. So I just did a video. I said, okay, work's done. See you on the other side. I'm going in to do some shopping today and wish me luck, right? And I just did a fun video and I put it on my YouTube. That thing's got like 3,000 views. I think it goes into the shorts category. So I was getting some nasty comments from people who knew nothing about me that were just saying stupid stuff. But it got a ton of views, and I just thought it'd just be, the community here and people that subscribe to my YouTube channel. And
no, you never know.
That's the thing. It's like, holy cow! It was just a quick video of me joking around, saying, "Oh, I'm done work. I'm going in. I'm gonna break out the credit card and buy a bunch of games." And that's all it was. It was nothing controversial. And holy cow! We bought a couch, and they screwed up on the delivery. It was supposed to be Black Friday, and they screwed up. And we called up, and I said, "Well, what are you going to do for me? What are you going to do?" We'll refund the delivery charge. And that was a couple $100. And I was like, what could I do with a couple $100 going back on my credit card today?
That's a lot of Klondike bars.
Yeah, it did. So that basically paid for my Black Friday, pretty much. I might have gone a little bit over that, but because I had that little extra money going back on the credit card, I said, yep, okay, sounds good. So I'm trying to think where I started. I saved the best for last. I know that. I think I started with the Play stuff because that was the PDF stuff that was on sale. Mm-hmm. So I grabbed a bunch of PDFs that they had. I think I grabbed some hockey. Boy, I got some good hockey for Hockey Blast. The 86, 87,
yep.
And that international series they had.
That's tremendous.
There's
the cards look great too.
The cards look fantastic. Yeah, the 86, 87 cards are fantastic. They look great on the PDF. I even added the logo to them when I printed them out, and they look even better now. But the international set for Hockey Blast was a lot of the obviously the ice hockey skating countries, but most of them, not all, but most of them had two teams, like an older and a newer team.
Yeah, the Russians, the Canadians.
USA, they had two teams as well. So the Canadians, obviously, they had a lot of guys from the 70s and 80s on one of their sets, and then the newer set was like the Crosbys and stuff like that. And it was phenomenal. Even the Russians had like the whole 72 Summit series pretty much on their older set, and the newer set was the Ovechkins and all those guys there. So it was interesting seeing how they split those up, and it's like, boy, that has some possibilities of different things with that there. So I started with Play, so I got some Hockey Blast. I picked up I think I got some golf and some racing too. I got a golf season and a racing season with Play. So I started with Play, and then I'm trying to think where I head over to next. I picked up Pine Tar.
Yes.
That was my next stop. Now, I got a couple seasons PDF. They had a pretty decent sale at Pine Tar. So I picked up a couple seasons there. So I got some Pine Tar. I'm trying to think what else I did on Black Friday. Black Friday was a pretty big day for me. Oh, was that the no, that wasn't Strat. Strat was Monday, I think. No, Strat was that Friday?
Well, Strats had something on sale.
Yeah, they had. Okay, I got some Strat stuff too because they had a crazy sale.
Remember, their sales are not going to continue through Christmas, but they change every 3 or 4 days.
Yeah. So whenever that come up,
back to free shipping on 20% off. Or
I think I took advantage of the computer game. So I picked up.
Yeah.
I think it was 20% off. So I got the new football game with the card images and 5 seasons of football is what I did. Because you buy 4 and you get 1 free or something like that.
The 5th one was free.
Yeah. So I did that. So I got the Strat. So now I have the football game with the cards and 5 seasons. I've been playing that. I've been enjoying that. I've been enjoying the football game. So then I slid over to Payoff Pitch, and I got a couple of printed seasons from Payoff Pitch. So I wanted to give Joe some business over there, and he got the 1980 season. So I think I got 80 and 85 from Joe. Payoff pitch, I got 73 and 82 because that's the only ones I really had that I wanted to play. And then I think the last thing I did was inside sports games, and they had a buy one get one over there, and so I got
PDF or printed or both.
It was buy one get one for the electronic seasons.
Okay.
Buy one get one PDF.
Okay.
And printed was 10% off your second set and beyond.
Okay.
So I got some hockey seasons PDF, buy one get one, and then I got hockey. I think I got hockey, football, and baseball seasons on the buy one get one for the computer games. So I did pretty well. And again, you're talking, $12 or $15 for somebody's season, and you get one free. So they come down to $6 a season.
Deal.
So it's like,
good deal.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, so I did that, and then I picked up the new basketball game from Dave Cook. For some reason, my last basketball game wasn't working. It wasn't installed right. It's weird. I went there. I was like, where's the file? What's going on? It just didn't work. It wouldn't fire up. So I was like, oh, while it's on sale, I'll get the new basketball game. So I got the new basketball game from Cook. So that was kind of what I did. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I did. No, that's about it. That was a pretty big haul for me. Oh, and then on Monday, on Cyber Monday, I went to play, and I did get second season was on a pretty good sale, along with the second season express, and I picked up a couple of seasons.
So the stuff that you're having shipped to you, you probably will get today or tomorrow?
No, they're going to take a while to ship them out. They said they might take all week to get that stuff out because that was a good sale for play. 20% off a game, and then they had printed seasons on sale, and they had all kinds of specials, and they put up the new dodgeball game. So play went wild this year. They really did.
Brought out lacrosse blast back.
Yep, they did. So they did a lot of stuff there. So they're busy over there. Keith and Sam are probably busy all week, sending and packing and shipping and the whole bit. So, so Play did very well this year. In the past, they've been a little stingy on their sales, and I'm not just saying that they haven't had a big sale like this that I can remember. So they had a big one this year, and so I took advantage of it on both Friday and Monday, as did a lot of other people. So, yeah, so that was I did pretty well considering, and I knew I would when I saw the sales. I just knew it. I just, oh my God, the 20% off Play, 20% off Strat.
Yeah, you were pretty excited all last week.
I was. The buy one get one for the Inside Sports. In fact, I got one season of the hockey, so I bought one and got one free. I printed out a couple teams and I played it on the tabletop, and I liked it so much I went back and I got another buy one get one. So I got 4 seasons now, I think, for that. I was just I wanted to play it first. And after I played it,
and that's the way to do it, and that's a good enticement of saying, okay, we'll get you buy one get one free for the PDF or whatever it was, and so try it, and if you like it.
Then I went back and said, okay, well, the sale's going on, buy one get one. I went back and buy another $12 or $15 season and get one for free, so they're $6, $7, $8.
You can get all the scalloped potatoes you want at Golden Corral.
Yeah. So I really took advantage of the sales. I really did. And I was pretty happy with some of that there. So, yeah. So that I hit a lot of I hit a lot of places. I tried to spread out my business this year. I think in the years past I went to one place and kind of spent a lot, and that was it. But this year I tried to spread it out a little bit, and just fill in some seasons I didn't have, buy some games I didn't have, and so I got to try out some new things in the whole bit. So I did. I played Pine Tar, and I'll talk about that when what we're playing. But I did. Yeah. I played some Pine Tar. The other stuff is coming in. But yeah, so all in all, like I say, thanks to the company for screwing up my couch delivery. that allowed me to buy a heck of a lot more than I would have.
There you go.
I started off with a monstrous list, and then it's one of these things, you start putting stuff in the cart, and you're like, oh, I don't want to spend this much, and then you back it off, and then you're like, but I really do want this, so you put it.
But when it says 2 small children as the price tag.
Yeah, when I'm looking at that, I'm like, wow, yeah, I don't want to, get another.
What do you think, CJ?
Yeah, I know. Do I want another second mortgage on a house here or what? But yeah, so I got that little bonus there, and that allowed me to go and have a good day. So I got plenty to play again. I always say we got plenty to play, but I the thing is, I'm playing some new games. I'm playing the Inside Sports games, which are brand new to me. So I'm stocking up on seasons like I did with Strat and like I did with some of the other games. I got the Dave Cook games. So, I mean, you stock up on seasons when they're on sale. This is what I did here. So,
and that because I have most of the Cook stuff from previous Black Friday sales. I've been doing this a while. I have mostly everything from him. And so, I mean, he had some great stuff that they're doing. I mean, if you were a college basketball or college football fan, I mean, they were literally doing 75% off the last 20 seasons.
Yeah.
So, I mean, great deals if you're into that.
Yeah, even all the golf courses they have, but I probably have, 20 or 30 golf courses.
I just sat there and went, So, I actually paid regular price for a couple things. Went over to ASG and got the full set of heavyweight fighters for Legends of Boxing and the middleweights. And I'm going to just chip away at those at they're $10 to $15 a pop. And if George actually does do a holiday sale, I'll take a look there and get them. I know that yesterday I pulled out the Legend of Tommy tomato can again and had a great deal of fun with that.
Yeah, that looks fun.
So to have that, because it's a Richard Hanna game, and I'm not sure what I'll ever do with it all, but it's always nice to have options, especially as the weather gets crappy and all that. Most of my stuff. Oh, and I got some stuff on the Steam sale as well. I got Pro Strategy Football 2022.
Oh, I did too. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. I got that too.
Yeah. And I got a game called Track Mania, which is basically it is little Formula One cars, so the physics aren't real. It's an arcade game, and you drive them through these loop-de-loop tracks and all that, and it's all keyboard driven, so it's something I can do. And so it's an older game, so I got that for cheap. And Train Life, which I know has nothing to do with sports, but if you're familiar with Euro Truck Simulator or American Truck Simulator, where you just drive loads from one part of the country or countries to the next, that game is at early access, and it was a really good price. And so they are hoping to have most of at least Western Europe up and running by the time that the game goes officially live. And so early access games are fun to back, because you get a heck of a lot for very little money.
I tried. I think I have one of the truck simulator games, and I just played some of the first missions where you don't go that far. There's not a lot of traffic. It's funny how you're going through major cities and there's no traffic. It's like
but if you've watched me drive,
yeah. And I had to bring a tractor trailer into a parking lot and park it, and I got it into the parking lot, but for the life of me, I couldn't back that thing up.
See, the train thing's a little easier than that. And the AI messed up the latest beta builds, so there's no AI at the moment, so you can't crash or anything like that. Anyway, I'm looking forward to doing some serious time with that because it runs well on the computer. As far as Cyber Monday sales is concerned, that we talked about me buying the Strat football game before, and for some reason I pulled out Strat basketball over the weekend. I really don't know why. Because I really don't. And I pulled it out and realized
I pulled out my Strat basketball too to see if I could get it to work, and it's working a little bit better. It's still sluggish on the animation.
Yours is sluggish. I don't use the animation because I play the Strat on the computer to get the cards and dice experience, and so I really don't want any of that. I want to see the dice and use my imagination in that. That's probably an Uncle Ron video for another time on my channel.
I still like seeing the shot go in because they have the animation, and when it works, it's good, but it's so slow.
And for a Strat game, it's great.
It is impressive, yeah.
So I played I played a game and went, oh, okay, because baseball and hockey, which I've had for a long time, there are seasons I want for baseball, and I'll continue to chip away at them. But anything I'm going to play in the future, I've got. But the long-term project for Strat baseball for me is 77-92 for the Red Sox, all the years that they were good when I was growing up. And I think the next one I have to buy is 80. So if they don't do another baseball roster sale all year, 77, 78, 79, got them all. I'm fine. Hockey, again, another long-term project, fine. The football game I bought recently, and I really liked it. I wasn't expecting to like it.
I do too.
For the price point, you better like it. And that's one of those things that you give a game that's probably $20 or $30 a lot more leeway than you do for $92.
Right.
And because I buy the card image, I mean, that's the way that I want to play. And I liked it. Hey, Mikey, where's the Life Series?
I had last year's football version because they had a monstrous sale on it, and I got it without the card image.
Back in July.
Just to try it. It was like $20 or something, just to try it. It's like,
that's a great price.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, at that price, I'll try it. And I enjoyed it, and I didn't get the card image, and you were like, I think you might like the card image. And I was like, well, I wanted to play the game first, and then after I played the game, I liked it, and then you convinced me to get the one with the new one with the card image. And I got to say, it does add to it's a cards and dice game. It really is. And the chalkboard is great and the whole bit, but I do like looking to see the result in the card image.
It just gives it that, as we did the whole show on, solving the puzzle and seeing where it comes from and knowing that. I don't want to say this is a weakness in strat football. Solo, I think if you were just playing by yourself on the tabletop, I know they have charts and that you can do a defensive solitaire defensive system, but essentially before you guess run or pass. And when you're down 24 points, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
I'm going to throw the football. So what are you going to guess? Pass.
Yeah.
I find that this was the easiest defense to call. And again, I like the basketball, and at some point, in the back of my head, you really want to do a basketball replay for yourself. Spend some time with it. And the older I get, the more I gravitate to cards and dice games. Again, nothing wrong with the Action PC because I consider them to be closed engine cards and dice games. When I play the hockey and I play the Action PC basketball, you're flipping fast action cards. I think it's a great thing about it. But I like being able to use my own imagination and not have those things put in front of me. So for the sale, because I think I had one basketball season outside of the new one from the year I bought. And if there were no new retro seasons with New Strat basketball, it just came with last season. So if you bought it within the last couple of years, I think it's going to work with the computer game that you have now. So I split the difference for my 5. I got 3 basketball and 2 football. I got all 3. I now have, because I had 85, 86, all 3 of the Celtics 80s championship years. And so you get the Doctor, and you get Moses Malone, and there's Jordan the last season, and that. I bought the 07-08 Celtics season, which was their championship year. So there's LeBron and there's Kobe and some good stuff. And so those were the 3 basketball seasons I bought. For football, I got 81 because I was a Bengals fan there, and that was the year they went to the Super Bowl. And you might see some stuff on my channel about that one. Was kind of the only one I purchased for. We'll play some of that out online or on camera. And I also got, not because the Giants won the Super Bowl, I mean, that didn't hurt that I picked it up, but one of those, I mean, we talked about this in other shows. If you're going to change history, can you get the Patriots 19-0? And I showed you Tom Brady's card. That card is obscene. That might have been, I think, a better offense all time than the greatest show on turf. If you would ask me going into, now the greatest offenses ever, I would say the 99 Rams and the 07 Patriots were right there. So that's what I picked up. And so you'll see some of the boxing stuff and there and that. And so it had been a very heavy game purchase month for me anyway before that, because I got in the classic F1 and spent some money on that. And then this boxing game comes out on a Saturday night, and then with the Strat football. So I pretty much spent most of my stuff before then. But yeah, that was my Black Friday. Some of it you'll see on the channel, and the Strat stuff, maybe not.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, it's funny that we bought some of the same things, like
come on, it's not going to surprise people that you and I had conversations about what we were
what are you going to get?
so,
Okay, I'm going to get this season because I got some. I had to get.
What'd you get for football? What'd you get for your 5 football seasons?
I had to get 76. I hemmed and hawed over 79 because
see, I would have hemmed and hawed over 76. I would have thought 79 would have been the go-to for
it. It is the go-to. I have 81. That's the first one I bought when I bought the game. So I got the 79. I threw 76 in there, and I think I got one each from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. I think I got 85. So that was the year the Patriots went to the Super Bowl. I got 96, which I think is the year Drew Bledsoe got him to the Super Bowl.
It was Desmond Howard in the kickoff return that kind of sunk. You were in that game for the first half.
Yeah, we were, and then I think I got 2004. So I did get a Brady season.
That was the year that you beat the Eagles or Carolina.
Yeah, that was the 3 out of the 4 right there.
Right.
So I got one in each era.
You didn't get 07 though. I'm surprised at that.
I don't remember if I did. I know I might have got 6 seasons. I might have squeezed in a 6th one. I don't remember. Like I say, because it was a blur.
All I know was that the cart said $108, and I'm trembling. I figured
it was. I had probably 10 seasons in the cart, and I was like, I can't do that. I just not after everything else I bought. I says, if I really, really want that season, I'll pay full price down the line. So, again, I had a huge list, and I backed it off, and then I squeezed a few back in and, tried to justify a couple of purchases here and there. But, again, I tried to...
If they do it again, we'll see. Like I said, we spent way too much money in November. We'll see where we are, and I might say... That's what you do getting for me for Christmas if they do it again. Mm-hmm. Just because be nice to have.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like that, as long as they now have the vault for codes.
So, yeah.
I mean, they used to send you pieces of paper in the mail.
Do you know what was interesting about that is my Strat.
You've gotten some of those, right?
Yeah, the Strat basketball, I had some hard times with there because I bought a couple of codes off of eBay that worked at the time, but because my basketball game screwed up, I think I tried to uninstall and put them back in. So anyway, all my seasons were working but one. And I actually emailed Strat, and they get back to me, and they said, click here and put in the thing. So I clicked here and I put in the thing. And then they said, wait, a couple of days for the email with the new code. And I think I got it that day or the next day with the new code, and I put it in, and now it works. All my seasons work now.
So, you can't lose your codes anymore because they're all there, and we can quibble about whether codes are the right way to do blah, 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 blah. And so as long as you remember where you're switching from one machine to another to do a mass exodus of all your authorizations, which some of us have screwed up with before, then you're fine. Yeah. You're absolutely fine. And so, yes, the last couple of months have been very productive game purchase wise for me. And,
my channel's been busy. I've played a bunch of different games, computer cards and dice. I've showed off a bunch of things, and it just, when you play a game you really like, you just want to get some seasons for it. It's hard to say no. It really is. It's just,
I think we're conditioned. I mean, when I remember buying Strat in the box, and it came with, because we were going to do the draft league in college, so this was 30,000 years ago. And it came with extra players. We actually got 25 or 30 per team. It was actually a pretty good deal for $29.95 or whatever it was at KB Toys, as a matter of fact. That you just got used to having the one season, and you would just play the one season or whatever. But because of the digital age, where you get used to, games like OOTP and Second and 10, where one purchase price gets you the whole kit and caboodle, that you go, no, I don't really want to be stuck with the season you give me. I want A, B, or C. And I think,
Yeah, I'm the same way. It's just, I have that OCD and obsessive compulsive and all that stuff there.
Don't get me half asleep and then find somebody's highlight reel on YouTube.
Then you're like, I got to play that. Yeah. And so, but like I said, I like playing the odd duck teams. I really do. So I printed out, when I printed out some of my teams from inside the crease, I printed out, the Colorado Rockies, teams like that. I want to play those teams, and they don't get any love. So, but I do enjoy playing.
You're right. What season did you get with second season?
I got PDFs for them. I think I got because they were really 40% off. I think on the PDFs.
That's cheap.
So I think the seasons were $12. So I think I got 4 seasons, and I think again 2004. I think I got 76. Probably in 80s. Well, they don't have every season.
Right.
So I was picking and choosing from the one that they had that I liked. I think I even got 2016. That's the one that Patriots beat the Falcons in the Super Bowl. So I think I forget which 4 seasons I got, but there was something like that.
Okay.
So because they didn't have everything to choose from here. So and
they're all compatible with Second Season Express.
I believe so.
Your idea of to Telltale inside of school that you would do the first 3 quarters in Express and maybe play the 4th quarter.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to play the whole game in Second Season. That'd just be really, really long. But I mean, there might be one game. Hey, this is my favorite game, and I really want to replay this. The Fog Bowl game.
Please don't replay Pittsburgh Tampa.
Yeah, no, that'd be fun to do to see how bad they get destroyed. I think I did that with Fast Action Football. And,
right.
Pittsburgh killed it. But the idea that they've made it easy, even with Al Wilson's game, the Fast Drive Football, is that you could
downloaded that. I haven't set up the sheet yet.
Yeah. But you can play Fast Drive Football, jump into Express, and then jump into the full game or go back and forth. There's ways to do it. Yeah, there's ways to do all 3. But I think I would do the Express for, like I say, 3 quarters, and then jump.
So that was the other thing I picked up on Black Friday. Although that doesn't cost anything, you could do a charitable donation.
Mm-hmm.
It was Al's Fast Drive Football.
Right. Yep. That's a fun one to play. I need to play more of that, but again, I have so many games. I keep saying that.
Too.
I have so many games here.
My hard drive goes. Come on.
No,
some work.
My print
this is my work.
My print. I had the printer going the other night nonstop. Printed out some of the seasons I got. But anyway, all right. Well, we talked about what we got, and we teased a little bit of what we're playing. But officially, let's get into what we're playing.
Okay.
All right. Why don't you take us away?
All right. Well, I did a bunch of stuff for birthday and this week. For my fifth, did we talk about what we played last week for the Black Friday, or we just go right into it?
I think we just did Black Friday last week. Yeah.
Okay. So for the birthday specials, I did. I'm not a huge fan of what ifs, but you gotta. So I did 2 teams I thought that were deserving to win a World Series: the '86 Astros and the '86 Red Sox. And of course, if you're a follower of Retro Sports Network on Twitch or YouTube, you know how well the Red Sox play on my streams. And history being a guide, it didn't change for me or Charlie Brown. The Astros just beat Roger Clemens 17,000 ways to Sunday.
Ooh.
And I got hammered, but that was fun. It actually sparked the stream I did today, as a matter of fact, as we're taping this on Thursday. Second night, I did my 2 favorite championship teams, the 04 Red Sox and the 2019 Washington Nationals. And the Red Sox won. Imagine that.
Oh, wow.
And on Thanksgiving night, I did an RSN Holiday Classic. The 50. I know you're not a huge fan of college football, but the 50th anniversary of the 71 Nebraska Cornhuskers and Oklahoma Sooners. The Sporting News considers the Cornhuskers one of the greatest teams, or the greatest college team of the 20th century.
Yeah, you were pretty excited to play that game when you told me about it.
Oklahoma just pounded them. Again, it was the day before I was born, and so Oklahoma, I think, ran up close to 500 yards rushing.
When they played that game, did you say, "Hey, I wasn't born yesterday"? Oh, wait a sec, I was.
That was.
All right, where is it? There it is.
And a cash donation from Mr. Little would be nice, because the other game I thought about playing, I didn't, was '84 Boston College Miami, the Flutie game, which was growing up, I think was the greatest college game I ever
remember
saw.
Watching that. I know exactly where I was when I saw that.
They traded that lead back and forth the entire. It literally was because of the Hail Mary, who had the ball last won.
Yep.
And if Miami had the ball last, they would have won.
Yep.
Great game. So I did that. I ran my first classic F1 race with what I was thinking of, just to get some ideas in my head how to play it. The setup and qualifying took about an hour and change. The race took about 2, and I was fine with it. I can get that down. I was trying to get that done in one setting. That's a lot to go through. Ayrton Senna won at Watkins Glen. That's what I chose to do. A tremendous game. Every time I read through the rules, I've learned something different. It desperately needs a computer version. Anthony's been told he needs a computer version. Richard Hanna just hasn't been all that interested at the moment. It's we've talked about this in the show before. It's not just the greatest drivers of all time or in a given season. It's when you pull out the drivers, you roll for their car. So you could get somebody's bad beginning car or somebody's perfectly rated championship car. It really is.
Yeah, that's neat.
It really is neat how they do that. And so, yeah, I've spent way too much on that. I pulled out. I seem to be in the process of starting long-term strap projects in all 4 of the sports. I pulled out my 77 Red Sox. I stopped just because I got busy doing other things. The weekend that the Yankees came to visit and Billy Martin and Reggie Jackson got in the fight in the dugout, game of the week. So 20 million, 10, 15 million people are watching Reggie in his first year. And it really wasn't Reggie's fault. Billy just got upset, being the polite word, at Reggie and chased after him. And going into, I've still to play the 3rd game. Going into the series, the Yankees had beaten the Red Sox badly the first few times they played. The Yankees are just phenomenal. So we get to this. Okay, time to pull this out. First game is Ed Figueroa versus Reggie Cleveland, who somehow is a 7-game winner with an ERA of close to 6. That's the 77 Red Sox for you. They pound them the Red Sox pound the Yankees 10-2. Yaz hits 2 homers, drives in 6. I'm in 7 heaven.
Yeah.
I mean, my inner child is just
be
like you pounding LaFleur and Waugh 17-1. You know, it's about time. So I played the infamous Saturday afternoon game of the week, and the Red Sox went with Rick Wise, and the Yankees went with Don Gullett, which I knew would not be good. This is not as played. The computer gives me suggestions and I'll go through and tweak. But I'm playing the game straight up. I'm not trying to get, the Red Sox are good enough. They don't need my help. And the Red Sox won 11-3. That was great.
Nice.
That was great. That was so, and 70s and the Islander thing, the Maple Leafs beat me badly. And then I went into Madison Square Garden. Team is underperforming, and John Davidson was in goal, and on his goalie card, it's like 3, 5, 7, and 9 are all goals. 6-1. That was great. So the Islanders finally won. So that's pretty much what I've been playing, and I look forward to spending some time with Pro Strategy Football, the Track Mania stuff, some of the stuff I got on Steam. I've spent some time with, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to do some of the boxing stuff that people will want to watch. I mean, we've done Tommy the Tomato Can, did a live stream with that, but that wasn't part of the Black Friday stuff. That's just the game lets you generate fictional fighters. Our buddy Al, Bugs Bunny, lightweight fighter, it just world champion fighting Elmer Fudd. It's just great. It's just amazing what you can do.
Yeah. That you get very creative with that boxing game.
Yeah. So that's what I've been playing.
I see. What had I been doing? I pulled out my Strat basketball, see if I could get it to work, played with some settings. It will work with the cards and dice version, and I got all my seasons working again. So that was good. So at least I know it's working. And, maybe at some point I'll pick up the new one. I just got so many other things I didn't want to get another game. But if that goes on sale at Christmas or whenever, maybe. There's
no retro seasons that need it. Just so you know.
Okay. But I just thought if I got a newer version, maybe the animation would be better. I hope. I don't know. Yeah, I know, but something went amiss with this game here.
The only thing that I can think of, and this is not to bash the company because I think we kind of tiptoe around that enough, is that if they rework a season, They only work with the version that comes out that particular year.
Yeah, that is
so
true.
There wasn't anything that I would have bought for basketball that needed something new with it. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, I might do what you do. Just do the cards and dice route and not even have the animation and just play the game and enjoy it that way. Because I can. It did work. Yeah. Also, the Strat Football, which I just bought, I liked. I took your suggestion with reading the cards, and yeah, it does. It's the chalkboard on Strat is good. It's nice and smooth, but the thing is, I don't always know what the heck happened on a play. So like when I'm playing it and I'm trying to like broadcast it in my head or broadcast it live, I'm like, well, don't really know what happened on that play. Don't know if it was a pass or if it was a run, and I got to wait for the text to come down to find out. Well, when you roll the cards and dice, you know what happened. And then I just set the chalkboard to go really fast so I can kind of just get an idea what happened. But when the cards go, and what I was doing too is I'm learning the game, solving the puzzle, because now I'm trying to predict what card will come up that I'm looking at. Like am I looking at the quarterback card, the receiver card, the defense card, the running back card? So I'm trying to see what card I'm looking at. So that's been kind of fun, too, because what will happen is a play will come up and the card will come up, and I'll go into the team notebook, call up the card, and try to find what I'm looking at. And I'll say, okay, yeah, here it is. Here's the match.
That's a good idea.
So I'll go in there and I'll say, okay, did I guess right? Did I guess wrong? Is this the running back card, the quarterback card? So I'll see what I'm looking at. So that's been kind of fun. I've been doing that with the Strat Football. I played the 76 Super game with the Vikings and the Raiders. I took the Vikings, and I just couldn't stop Ken Stabler. He 3 plays, 80 yards, him and Branch. See you later, touchdown. So they ended up cruising. They didn't beat him up too bad. I think they only beat him by 7, the Raiders over the Vikings. But that was fun playing that game there. More inside sports. I got 1 game left in my 1985 New England Patriots season with Inside Blitz. And we won't make the playoffs, so I'll play it out. I'll check my final stats, and I'm not going to play playoffs with them.
But they were, I don't know, someone will be able to tell us because you're all good with numbers. Football Reference has an expected record with teams. I think they went, 11-5?
They were 11-5, yeah.
And that was required. 11-5 got you in.
Yep. And they were a wild card at 11-5.
On the road.
Yeah.
Denver missed it 11-5, I think, that year too. So certainly, so they were expected to go 10-6. Again, I'm not quite sure how that is figured out. You're going to get 9-7, right?
I'm 8-7 right now with the Bengals.
The Bengals left.
Yeah, and the Bengals were a 500 team.
So if you go 9-7, that's only really 1 game beneath what they were expected to do.
Yeah, and
so that's
2 behind. And I blew it. I blew games against the Jets and the Packers with some fumbles. And I remember I shouldn't have lost those 2 games. So I would have been pretty close to what it actually was.
But theoretically, that's not too 9-7 isn't terrible.
Not at all. Playing some more inside pitch baseball there. I'm really liking it. Boy, it's a complicated game. And,
yes, it is.
Even on the computer, I still can't quite get it right. I just can't. I think I get it right, and I'm trying to solve the puzzle with that one there, but there's a lot to that. But, again, I'm mucking my way through it. I'm enjoying it, and that's all that matters to me, and I'm having fun, even though I'm making a lot of mistakes with that one there. But I have enjoyed that. I played Inside the Crease Cards and Dice. I told you I got a couple of seasons and a couple of free ones. So I printed out a couple of teams, and I've been playing them on the channel. And, boy, to go from computer to the tabletop with those, the computer really holds your hand.
Yes, it does.
And now I'm sitting there, and I feel like the water wings have been taken off, and I don't have a life jacket on, and I'm in the water trying to swim now without any help. And I'm like, boy, I'm second-guessing myself, and I'm doubting myself, and I think I'm getting some things wrong. It's like, why is this? I should know this game. I played the computer game so much. I'm good at the computer game. And the cards and dice, it's a different animal. It's the same game. But it's, boy, when you don't have that little nudge of where you're supposed to look and what's supposed to happen, you start scratching your head. What do I do now?
Those fast action cards, I don't want to say they're busy, but there's a lot to them. And learning to look at the right spot, and they're presented differently on the computer than they are in real life, or when you actually sit down and play it?
No, I think they're the same. I think they are the same.
Are they showing us?
Yeah, you get the left and the right side. It's like opening a book. You're reading a book.
No, but when the result pops up on the computer, it's not necessarily the full card.
Oh no, I see what you're saying. Yeah, the computer filters out.
Look.
The computer.
You gotta go right.
Yeah, if there's 15 things to look at on the card, the computer filters out 13 and says, "Here's the two that we're concerned with."
Right.
And so yes, that's you're exactly right with it. Maybe that was messing me up because I'm looking at the whole card now. I'm like, okay, what section am I looking at? Am I looking at the dump-ins? Am I looking at the loose puck? And the computer game does that and highlights it on the screen. It says, here's the two guys you're checking. Which number is higher? So yeah, so I've been enjoying the heck out of it. It's just it sets up a lot easier than Apple Hockey. That's the one thing I noticed is I can just plop it down and go. There's very little setup when I play inside the crease, but I'm still struggling with it.
When you're doing the strat hockey on the table as opposed to the strat hockey on the computer, despite the 5-card difference per period with the PC. If you've never played the strat hockey game on the table, I know you have, the fast action cards are one thing, and the whole split action deck's another. So it seems seamless in the play-by-play when you read the board information of where it's getting the information from. But it's a completely different animal because you got to, when you flip a fast action card, you got to cross-reference what offense you're playing and how many forecheckers. And there's even a home visitor split on it too. And then you can get results off the split action deck and read, which is all text. There's like 5 or 6 different readings on it.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. So it plays faster one way. It filters out what you don't need to see.
Right. Yeah.
But it's all there. So same difference.
Same kind of idea. Yeah. The computer does a lot of the heavy lifting and kind of just says, okay, this is all you need to see. We don't need to see the other stuff. But playing on the tabletop, it is more fun. It's more personal. But yeah, it's much more difficult. Just because I haven't got it down yet. So to follow that up, after playing inside the crease for a little bit, I had to play APA because I had the setup all done. So I set up APA, and so I did back-to-back games the other day with inside the crease, and then I followed up with an APA doubleheader. And I gotta say, there's a lot more setup that goes into APA. I don't know why. There just is. Like, I could just plop the cards down inside the crease and start playing. Whereas APA, I need to get my charts. I need to figure out, the bench minor rating, the power play rating. There's a lot more ratings, things you got to check.
You write all that stuff down, though? So because unless you have because you don't tend to play with injuries.
No, I don't do the injuries, no. So, yeah, but I wrote it down on the score sheet, but still, it's stuff you can't just start playing. You got to do a little bit of setup. And then you got to figure out the ODAI ratings of everything in the whole bid. So there's a lot more setup at APA. But when I get done playing the APA game, I'm trying to remember who the heck I played on the APA game.
Did the Rangers and Bruins, didn't you?
I think you might be right. Yeah, I did the Bruins at the Range, 78-79, Bruins at the Rangers.
For someone that is constantly accused of not paying attention to what he does.
Yeah, you were paying attention there. I'm glad to see. Yeah, Bruins took a 2-1 lead after 1. Rangers scored 3 in the second. We're leading, I think they were leading 4-3 going in the third. The Bruins scored 4 in the third and won it 7-4. Well, empty netter at the end or something like that. But it was back and forth game. And I got to say, as much as I like inside the crease, the APA experience for me, it just gives me that full hockey experience. Not that Strat doesn't, not that Shootout doesn't, not that Inside the Crease doesn't, not that any other hockey game I play doesn't. APA I walk away full, if that makes sense.
And I think that, there's a reason why there are so many different versions of games, because what you might like pineapple on a pizza, and I'm a pepperoni and sausage guy.
But there's times that I don't want to take that time setting up, and I don't want to get that full. And a strat game or a hockey blast or a shootout will suffice, and I will enjoy my time playing that. But again, if I had my choice, if I said, okay, I get the time and I want to play a big full game of hockey, it's going to be APA. And that was determined the other day after I sat down and played those games back to back. So now I get a feel for them.
Yeah.
And that's not a knock on any other game. It's just my personal choice would be to play the APA hockey. But I know that it's going to be a slog. I know it's going to be, 5 or 10 minutes to set up, and then.
Yeah, but the more that you play, if let's say you take a team the ratings, unless you pull out a player, aren't going to change from game to game. So if it's this, that, and the other thing when you go in, then it's this, that, and the other thing when you play that. You only have to do it for one team.
Do you know what I did try that was neat is, as I was just playing myself here, with Inside the Crease, I had I was playing a cards and dice game, and I opened up the computer game, and I used that to keep my stats, and that worked pretty well. As long as I kept the lines consistent with the computer line, and I just ignored what the computer was telling me, and I just paid attention to what I was playing on the table. And so if it's a shot by this guy, I just click shot. And then I ignored the shot result on the computer and just went what I got. And then if I scored on the table, but I didn't on the computer, I still marked goal. So it's kind of a weird way to do it, but it works. Is I was able to get the nice stat package going if I wanted to play Inside the Crease on the table and not have to keep my own stats. But so the computer version, if you have the same season, will work. Almost like if you were playing Strat baseball cards and dice. If you played Strat baseball and you pulled out the cards, you can input all the stuff you want in the Strat. Yes. Same kind of thing there with Inside the Crease. So I did that. And the last thing I played here that I can remember, because I've been playing so much, I've been trying to play all the new games I got, as you can tell, was the Pine Tar. I played that last night. I finally pulled that out. That was one of the last ones I finally got to. But last night I pulled it out and kicked it around the table, and it went pretty smooth. I did a quick opening thoughts video today on YouTube with that, so that's up on my YouTube channel if you want to listen to that.
So summarize that for those of us who are too lazy to
it plays really quick, and it's a very simplified game. Now there's a basic mode, and then there's advanced. They have different names for it. I think it's standard and optional, whatever it is. But you can get a little bit more in depth than I played with the basic mode. But it's you roll 2 10-sided dice, you get a result, you look at the batter card, and you find out what happened on the play. Occasionally, the pitcher card will come into play, which might adjust up or down what happened with the batter. So if you got a good pitcher and the batter gets a home run, which is what happened to me, it reduced the home run to a single or a double, I think it was. And there's other times that I've got a strikeout and the pitcher was bad and the strikeout turned into a single for the batter. So occasionally you got to go to this little chart and see if the pitcher had anything to do with the at-bat. But it's mostly off the batter card. Ground balls and flyouts, everything is there on the chart. You look at the dice roll, it tells you where it was hit and what happened on the play. So you're not sitting there going through, okay, what's the arm of this guy, the speed of this guy, the fielding rating of the first baseman, and then add all that up and subtract what time of day it is. It's just, here's the ground ball. It's either a double play or it's a force out. This guy holds, this guy goes. It's pretty cool and it's easy. It's really easy. I got through a game without any issues at all. None.
Yeah, that's good.
None. I didn't get hung up once on that game. But I don't feel that it's so simple that it's like a real basic game, if that makes sense. There's still ratings, and again, if you want to play the optional mode, you can get into all the defensive checks and the whole bit. But for even the basic game was fun. It felt like a Strat basic. You know what I mean? We're just everything just worked, and it worked well. And I didn't feel like even on some of the, like on a tag up, it's kind of a generic tag up rule. I still didn't feel like, okay, if I get the slowest guy in the league and the fastest guy in the league, they have the same rating. That still didn't bother me.
No, and you're still taking the chance. There's no such thing as a sure thing.
I mean, because you got to think that if it's the slowest guy, maybe it was hit deep to the deepest part of the field. And if it's a fast guy, it might have been hit to shallow left of center. And so their chances would be the same getting home depending on where the ball was hit. So that's kind of how I imagine that. I can think, imagine that I can probably come up with a homebrew rule for that says, okay, if I'm tagging up and it's a fast guy, I will, I'll subtract 5 from the roll to make it easier for him. And if it's a slow guy, I'll add 5 to the roll. Or you could just be on the honor system and say, I got the slowest guy in the league, I'm not tagging.
Yep.
And I'm not stealing. So, I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed my Pine Tar. The instructions were some of the best instructions I've ever read.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yep. When I got done reading the instruction manual, I had a pretty good idea what was going on. In fact, I watched a lot of videos on it on YouTube as well, and everything just was seamless from like the stuff in the videos to the instruction book. The instruction book that had pictures of the charts and then gave you examples of like an at bat or a ground ball or a fly ball.
Oh, that's great.
And that's what you need, because sometimes you read something you're like, I think I get it, but then when they give you the sample play, and here's one example, you're like, oh, I see how they're doing this. I see which direction they're going. I see how this engine works. So even if something comes up that's a little different, you have an idea on how to solve the at-bat. So I really enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed the Pine Tar there. Unfortunately, I don't have a ton of seasons in my wheelhouse, but I did pick up a couple, and I'm enjoying the playing the Pine Tar. Too. And the cards look nice. Yep, it's they come on a full sheet, and I just printed out the full sheet. It's just easier for me. Now, you can cut them up into cards if you want, but I just cut them on the full sheet because I'm just like looking at, okay, who's up here? This guy here. Bam, we're done. But the cards look nice. There's only 2 charts. 2 charts. That's it. So I just put the 2 charts. They're front and back, but I printed them on separate pieces of paper. Put them up in front of me, and anything I need is right there. Just
awesome.
Yeah, ground ball, fly ball, error. It's all there. There's nothing I'm missing at all. And and I really didn't even have to go back into the instructions either. So I started playing it, and I went, everything's just kind of pretty straightforward in that game. And there's probably a few things I'm leaving out of that. There's a couple.
But no, you got.
For the most part, that's how it plays. It was fun. There is a couple other options you can put in there, but for the most part, I was pleasantly surprised. I like the looks of the cards. It's a 0 to 99 roll with the splits on each side, left and right splits. The card looks nice. You can find everything. It's like a payoff pitch card. You can just find everything. There's some cards out there, because I was looking at other baseball games, and the cards are busy, and there's a lot on them, and sometimes the numbers are real small because there's so much on the card. These are like a payoff pitch card. You can see everything. You don't have to search. It's all there. It's just 0 to 99, and some numbers are skipped, and sometimes some guys don't hit a triple or whatever it is. But it's just, you roll the dice, bam, there it is. There's a result. Piece of cake.
Good.
And I enjoyed it immensely.
Awesome.
So, yeah. So that's what I've been playing there. So we want to know from you guys, what did you get for Black Friday? Well, did you get any good deals? Did you buy some things? You having fun playing what you got? Did you just kind of fill out, your seasons? When you just buy seasons, did you try new games? We want to know. Let us know. And on that note, let's fade out.
All right.
So by the numbers, this has been episode 114. This is the Black Friday wrap-up show as we talk about what we did on Black Friday and some of the games we played and some of the sales that were ahead. And yeah, it was a fun time this year. It was.
Yes.
Again, it just worked out for me this year that I was able to, get a bunch of things and try some things and the whole bit. So anyway, ways to get a hold of us. digitaltodice.com is the website. 978-751-DICE. Send us a text. digitaltodice@yahoo.com is the email, and facebook.com/group/digitaltodice is the Facebook group. And feel free to post away all the good stuff that you got on Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
Absolutely.
All righty. Ron, thanks for joining me.
As always.
And we'll talk to everybody next time.
Bye-bye.